There was a time that I thought people's silence meant that I did something wrong. I was carrying things that were never mine. Today we're talking about projection, rejection, and the peace that you find once you start to realize that people's dysfunction is not about you. I used to make everything about me. All about me. Their distance, their blame, their attitudes. I was thinking, well, maybe I said something wrong. Maybe if I would have changed how I said it in my tone. Maybe if I had been easier, maybe they would have stayed. I was carrying wounds that did not belong to me. I had to cut somebody off. I'm talking about I had to draw a hard line in the sand and create a strong, firm boundary. And they kept crossing the line. They just kept upsetting my boundaries. And when somebody continues to do those things, keep poking at your boundaries, you start to think to yourself, well, maybe I was a little too harsh. But then I thought about it. If I tell you more than one time that I no longer want to speak to you and you continue to upset my boundaries, that is disrespect. In fact, I might not have been harsh enough because they were never going to stop. It wasn't me, the person, that they missed. They missed the access. People don't see you. They see their wounds in you. I have always been a one to be a mirror to people, which is why I think a lot of times my personality makes people uncomfortable, or it makes people who are hiding uncomfortable. And sometimes that will cause people to say that I was too much. But I realized their rejection was a mirror for their limitations and not my value. When people used to go silent on me, the silent wasn't respect for my boundaries or even respect for me. It was pride and ego. Having experienced this with men and women, I realized there's a difference in how ego and pride shows up. For men, when their ego is bruised, men tend to not process rejection. They try to reverse it. And they have to go to the person that bruised their ego to try to make themselves feel better. With women, it's more so self-preservation. Women will be silent in order to protect themselves because of their pride. Neither of it is respect. It's all the same. It's just manifesting differently. People with wounded egos will violate your boundaries and call it love. And projection is when people hand you the emotional baggage that they didn't want to unpack themselves. But that's not my job anymore, and that's not your job anymore. And at this point in my life, I just do not answer the door of my peace to people who have caused me chaos. And that's the reward of clarity. The biggest thing I learned from therapy, the biggest reward was not necessarily peace. It was perspective. Once I shifted my perspective, everything changed for me. Now I see things clearly. I do not absorb, I observe. So when I see people be silent or continue to upset my boundaries, I don't internalize that. I take in information and I leave it there. And I act accordingly. Their spiral does not shake me anymore because I know it's not about me. So if somebody is treating you like the villain in their story, I want you to ask yourself, whose pain am I holding? Is it theirs or is it mine? You don't need to carry what the Most High never gave you. You going around picking up stuff that don't even belong to you. If this resonates with you, let me know. Drop it in the comments or share this because it might click with somebody else. Somebody else might need to hear this. Somebody might be carrying some stuff they don't need to carry either. Let's all put it down for good, okay? This is Kara Speaks, and I'll see y'all next week.